Welcome back, everyone, to From the Shack podcast. This is episode 8, our first pod of the new year. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year.
We are going to be discussing what we've been up to, as per usual, what we've been cooking. There has been a lot because we've had quite a big gap.
Yeah,
and
loads.
a lot's happened, so we're not going to go too in-depth with a lot of stuff. And then what we thought we'd kick the year off with is basically we're going to pick 3 creators or influencers.
Current, no.
Yeah, current, because it changes all the time, doesn't it? So we may revisit this at different times for episodes if we run out of ideas of what we're going to do, where we just think if you're not following these guys and you're not aware of who they are, it'd be a good idea to get them followed. So that's the plan for episode 8. So what have we been up to? Deck, I'm going to let you kick off, mate, as usual.
Well, to be honest, mate, because I've got this in front of me, I feel we should start on it. I feel we should start on it. So, I did an Aussie grain-fed brisket.
Yeah. Oh, I can smell it.
No, you smell the beef.
It looks mega.
Smell the beef.
It does
See how
look mega.
juicy it looks as well.
I know, it does look
being absolutely dinged in the microwave, absolutely nuked.
It does look good.
I'm going for it, mate. I'm going to go in for this little crispy bit here.
I can't believe I set the bit of ours up my own. Just a bit of that. But a bit of that. Still really tender.
Yeah.
It's not dry though.
No. It's all good. I reckon not.
Yeah. That's really good.
I was a little bit disappointed. I'm slightly though.
I really like that. It's not
Some of the flavour though, I can taste beef fat.
well, I was just about to say,
My only thing I don't like.
well, see, I'm the opposite. I quite like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
It tastes like cooked beef fat.
I like it. I think it's really good.
I'm not sure. That was the only thing I would say. So I was really happy with it. I was really happy with the way it turned out. Really juicy and everything, but I just thought I had quite a beef fatty flavour.
And that was an Aussie
grain fed, yeah. So I got it from the catering butcher. Trimmed it up, minimal trimming because, again, I try to keep a fair bit of fat on it. So minimal trimming. I shaped it a little bit. Again, I do minimal shaving as well.
Well, also, when you're doing it at home and you're not doing it for a video, you're not doing it for a competition.
I don't need any.
You want to keep as much meat on there as possible.
I cut a little bit of meat off and just shaped it a little bit just to make it a little bit more rounded at the back. And again, a lot of the fat was round the side, so just trimmed it a little bit and then injected.
Yeah.
Again, I don't normally inject, and to be honest, when I started injecting, I knew the reason why I don't inject. Again, it just gets everywhere. As soon as you squirt in a little bit too much, it just starts flying the holes and stuff.
We spoke about this, didn't we? I think it was the day after you did it. I was saying, was it worth it? Did you notice it? And it's like you said, it's really hard. You'd have to do a comparison. You'd have to do 2 at the same time, inject one and not inject the other, and compare. Now, someone did message the Instagram pod account. They replied to one of the things. I put up a few things last week just to try and get a little bit of participation from people, and loads of people jumped on board, like daft things about fuel and different tips and tricks and things like that. And someone did say that injecting changed the way they barbecue.
So I injected it just with beef stock with a bit of rub.
Yeah.
So because I went to the USA, I went to this place called Pepper Palace. Got a few rubs from that.
Right.
A brisket rub, which is primarily salt, pepper, bit of garlic.
Yeah.
So yeah, did that. Left it overnight. I probably left it for about 3 or 4 hours after injecting to let it settle.
Yeah. Anyone who's listening's not able to see this, but I don't know. I'm going to try and zoom in on that on the camera, but it does look good.
So
Yeah, the fat, mate,
you like it?
Yeah.
Well, 3 hours after the injection, got out. I didn't even use a mustard binder because again, you don't really need to when you inject it because there's loads of moisture. So give it a coating of this Pepper Palace Texas rub, and then I banged on about 10 o'clock at night. I lit the barbecue, let it stabilise, put the Thermoworks signals and billows on.
Yep.
Set it to 107, I think I set it to.
So quite low.
Yeah, quite low. So, chucked it on for 11. And then just left it then. Went to sleep. It beeped at me in the morning saying it was 75 degrees. That was about 7, 8 o'clock. I went down, wrapped it. A little bit of little bit of beef tallow, beef fat in with the butcher's paper. Let it go to 95. 95. It was probing, so tender. Brought it out. I did what we were talking about, where I just left it on the side until it got to about 77 degrees.
Yeah.
And then I put it in the warmer. And I think when I got it out, it was about 65. So I'd sort of left it in the warmer for 4 hours. And so hot holding it for like 4 hours. So yeah, I mean, it was juicy, held its shape.
It looked the part.
I mean, yeah, I was
jiggle, wasn't it?
It got jiggle. I prefer the flavour of oak smoke and hickory, and I did it with cherry.
That is, so the smoke flavour is, and you can smell it. I think you can smell it more than you can taste it.
You can.
Yeah.
You can. So, I mean, again, it's great smoke ring and everything. Great flavour. I think I prefer oak, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all. So yeah, I was really, really happy with it. And I had some family over. We did mac and cheese, we did slaw, we did potato salad, the ones that we do basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did them on brioche.
Nice.
Brioche. But I did it with hot sauce. So I did like brioche, brisket, slaw, and hot sauce.
Yeah. It looked good. And now, considering that's
Been nuked.
been in the fridge.
You can see the fat, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been in the fridge. It's been in the microwave, which we know is against the rules. It still tastes good. If anything, I'm a sucker for salt, so I'd add salt.
That's been, when it's so large, you've got to try and get flavour inside.
Yeah. But bit of sea salt.
It's really beefy, by the way.
It is really nice. Something, because it's only enough. So I don't think like a salsa verde or a chimichurri would go with that. But you want something vinegary just to come.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do a mustard barbecue, but then I had a little look on the shelves in the supermarket, couldn't find anything. I was going to make my own mustard barbecue sauce, but then I just realised I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah. I did that just with like a thin, like a jus, like not a gravy, so just something thin that just coats it.
Not something fine dining.
Yeah.
You have to have fine dining.
I love it though, mate. I love it. I don't know, that's mega.
Well, that was it. So, got back from the States, and literally a day after getting back from the States, I just thought, I'm having this.
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of brisket. So, yeah.
That's the first big cook since we've been part of the pod.
Yeah. I mean, I'll cook anything. Like, again, one of the things I noticed when we was in the USA was I seen a lot of programs where they were on about like barbecue masters and stuff, and I was really surprised how you don't cook variety.
We spoke about this as well, didn't we?
I was really surprised.
They're in the lane and they stay in it, so they either cook pork or they cook beef.
When it's
they either brisket cooks, whole hog cooks, or
see it and go, I'm right. I'm just going to cook this, or I'm going to cook that.
I think that's one of the benefits we get. I know people sort of say, UK barbecue, and they've got negative things to say about it. But
the variety. They don't just stay because of the area, because you're based in the Northwest.
That's what I mean.
Brisket.
We kind of, it's a whole to us, rather. We don't get stuck on.
They're not, it's not.
You get boring so quick. Imagine just eating brisket all the time.
Well, I just wouldn't.
I know. It gets boring so quick.
So yeah, that was that really. I did, again, over Christmas, I did me turkey on a barbecue.
Yeah.
So I got a turkey breast off my dad, bacon, just put a bit of a rub. I think I used Fireflies, the Texas one. Just a bit.
Nice that. I got that.
Yeah, I quite like that. Yeah, quite liking it. So bit of that, and again, no smoking wood, just charcoal, no smoking wood, and cooked it at say 180 all the way through for a couple of hours. Again, I didn't really want my Christmas dinner to taste too smoky. Yeah. So done that, and then I had family round on Boxing Day, so I thought I'm going to do a bit of a barbecue spread. So I did burnt ends with cranberry spice burnt ends. I did jalapeno poppers. I did some wings. I did a mixture of wings. I did barbecue, and I did like ones with Frank's hot sauce. Quite like that type of hot sauce. And then smoked cream cheese, baked camembert, stuff like that. And it was good. I used. Did
you dip any sausages in your camembert?
I didn't, man.
Come on, man. I even sent you a picture.
Do you know why I forgot? I was supposed to have pigs in blankets to add into my roasties, because I was doing loaded roasties again. But I didn't. I don't know why, but I must have forgot to buy another pack or something, so I didn't end up doing it. But yeah, it was a good spread, a good bit of a spread for Boxing Day. And then, you know, in between Christmas and New Year, I was just using the turkey and the ham, you know, doing stuff like turkey ham pie, just stuff like that. And then I thought, oh, I'm gonna try and do, I do it every year, to be honest, a BIR curry. Yeah. So again, the same as the takeaways with the gravy and that, but using the turkey. So I just chunked up the last bit of the turkey, chunked it up, and I got an Oz pig for Christmas.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So yeah, I thought I'll have a go, because it's that type of direct heat. So it's basically all or nothing type. Yeah. So I thought it'll go well with cooking like these BIR type curries, because it's just heat. That's all it wants is a quick 5 minutes blast, 10 minutes blast of heat. Yeah. So I cooked two. I basically warmed the gravy up on the plate. So the Oz pig it's primarily a warmer, basically. It's a log burner for you to keep warm. Yeah. But then it has these sort of plate attachments that sit on the top, and you put logs in. It's got a little flue coming out of the back, and so I warmed up the gravy, got that warmed up, and then sat it on one of the side plates, which stay warm due to the proximity.
I was going to say, is it because it's close to the heat of the thing, or does the heat transfer through the metal, do you think, into
a bit of both?
Yeah.
But it's more for warming. I don't think you could cook on it. You'd just cook whatever on the top plate and then move it. Yeah. So once we cooked the gravy, it was cooked, bubbling, straight onto the warming plate, and then again you've got your pan on, and then basically you can control the heat by opening the door. So for me, when it was at the start, when it was just like I was sort of toasting off some of the spices, I kept the door closed. Yeah. Door closed, and if I needed a little bit of heat, I'd just pull the pan forward and let the air get to the back of the Oz pig, and the flames would lick up the back, and basically you were getting more heat there and then a lower heat at the front. Yeah. So yeah, really, really good. And then towards the end, when you've added all your gravy and all your spices and you basically want to thicken it up, I just opened the doors and pulled the pan back, and I was literally getting flames licking up the back. And it you know what, it was really easy to control. Like, I was surprised how easy the temp control was. And obviously you couldn't do like anything like low and slow. Just they do attachments where you can get like a smoker that sits on the top, and you can regulate it.
So for anyone who's not seen it, it's kind of like a spherical. The main
was a pig. It's the shape of a pig.
Is it the shape of a pig?
That's the whole point.
Ah, right.
Full legs.
Right. Okay. So it's like you got like this large spherical thing in the middle, and on top, directly above that, you've got like a hot plate, circular hot plate. Yeah. And then you've got a hot plate either side of it as well. When like warming.
The top one goes onto the side as well. Right. So it has like clips on the side and clips on the top, so you can interchange any of the. Right. You can go. You've got 3 positions. You've got top or sides, and you can interchange them.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I was quite impressed with it. I was quite impressed with how easy. A couple of logs on. Again, I was only sort of like bedding it in. You've got to get the temperature for say 3 hours. You know, just to bed it in. You've got to leave it cooking for 2 or 3 hours to harden the paint or something when you get it. And I was just the end of that, really. The end of that, and I'll do a bit of cooking, which. I was surprised. I was surprised how easy it was to work with, and I was quite happy with that. We did like a medium curry for the kids, and we did a madras for us because I like my spice.
It did look really good.
Yeah, and then in between again, I'll pasta chicken thighs with a bit of grilled pineapple. I mean, I love them. Love types of flavors. Yeah. Mexican flavors for me. I really, really quite like them. Normally, I'll pastas on pork shoulder, but I think it works quite well on the chicken. Yeah. And then I did a bit of a burger night, which, again, you can't beat a burger. No. I absolutely love burgers. I think they're one of my favourite foods, actually. I'm leaning towards it.
I remember, it makes me laugh because when I went to work at Linden Stores, and I was chatting to Chris before he'd offered me the job, and he was like asking me loads of questions and stuff. And he said, what's your favourite thing to eat?
Well, you didn't say burger.
I said burger. He started laughing. I started laughing. I was like, no, seriously, like, I love burgers.
Because I'd say steak. If someone said what's your favourite thing to eat, I'd say steak. But
I was going through a burger phase then.
Curry and burger is absolutely like second for me. And I always do it the same way. So smash burger, double patty, plastic cheese. I do my own burger sauce, brioche bun, pickles, and then I do just like a quick pickled red onion.
Yeah.
Just like literally, I don't do any of that boiling down anything. I just literally mix a spoon of salt and a spoon of sugar into some white wine vinegar, stir it up, and just lob some onions in. And within 30 minutes, it's pickled enough to take the harshness of the onion off. Again, that's literally that would be, if someone said, what's your ultimate burger, that would be me every time.
I think we've said it before. I mean, like, keeping it simple is the best. I'm similar. I tend to, a lot of the time, put bacon on it as well.
Yeah.
Like rashers of bacon. But yeah, you just can't beat it sometimes. And it's so easy.
Yeah,
it's so easy. And you know, a fresh homemade burger like that, you can't beat. So you had a burger night, Wes?
That's it, really.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I think it's probably worth saying Deck is mentioned he travelled to New York in the new year, but we're going to touch on that. We're going to do like a little bonus episode, just so we don't have to rush through it and we can talk about...
It'd be too long with us.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff I had.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Anyway, I literally, some of it I didn't even enjoy because I was never hungry. I was just like literally walking around New York bloated.
But yeah, so we're going to do that in a separate episode. It's probably worth mentioning now, before I jump onto the cooks and the bits and bobs that I've been up to in between this and the last pod. You mentioned hot sauce with your brisket. We have been sent these 4 hot sauces, crock sauces, and they are South African based sauces. So it's braai. Is that how to say it?
A braai.
Braai.
Oh,
so you got hot and spicy. You got lemon and garlic, not so hot, and lemon and herb. Not tried them on anything yet, but we've had a little taste tonight.
It tastes good. I think chicken.
I think it tastes good. I think it tastes good. I'm a pansy ass when it comes to heat, and I tasted the lemon and garlic one, and it's I bet it was hot, and they all seem to get milder since then. So I think it must have burnt my taste buds off. But yeah, so
I thought they were fine. Like,
well, you've got some in the post as well.
I'm like, yeah, they're going to send some over, so I've not had it yet, but they're going to send some over.
Well, we will do some cooks with them, and we'll let you know if you've used them yourself already. Let us know what you thought. Send us some pictures of what you cook with them. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to do. I'm like you. Like my first thought was I'll just do something with chicken, but
I want to do a spatchcock.
I want to do something different.
Yeah, I'd like to. My first thought would be a spatchcock chicken, and you literally smother the whole thing in it. Like,
I might do pork. You're doing chicken.
Yeah,
I'll do something different just so it's different. I think it's going to go great with chicken.
Definitely.
But I think if you're going to do a chicken, I'll do something different.
What about a chicken burger?
I'm thinking more tacos.
Oh yeah, actually.
Like al pastor type.
You can marinate the chicken thighs, and then baste it, throughout cooking.
Pork.
You think you could do it with thin sliced pork shoulder?
I'm gonna do it pork,
and then just slice it off.
Because I got one of those things for Christmas. You know, the spikes that you've got.
Oh yeah.
I got one of them for Christmas, so I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Bit of pineapple. Marinate them overnight.
Yeah, get pineapple on top, dripping down.
Yeah. And then just do some. Might make my own tortillas. Might go all out.
I want to do that, you know.
I might go all out.
I haven't got a press, and I really, really want to do that.
Amazon's cheap. I think I want for like $4.99. Like, and it's like real sort of cast iron.
Would you have to mess about buying the correct flour and stuff? All this massive.
Well, you can just do it with normal flour, can't you? They're just not as good.
Yeah, I quite like the additional bit of flavour when you have the corn ones.
Yeah, I like.
It's got a bit more flavour. I think it takes a bit of getting used to when you only eat like white wraps.
I like both, but I prefer corn. Corn.
You not just mash up corn. That don't work.
No, I don't think it works like that. Because I think it's similar to the flour that you use for like onion bhajis.
I like gram flour.
But
I've got gram flour at home.
Yeah, but it's not gram flour. But it's the same sort of. It's the same sort of vibe. What I'm getting at. Maybe you can use gram flour. Try it.
Yeah. I'll come out of here and I'll be on Amazon.
Yeah, but that's it. Crock sauces. Try them out. We're going to try them out, and we'll post on our Instagram and stuff what we do. But do let us know if you've done them. So,
speaking of sauces, then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because this is what we'll do. So the first thing that I will talk about is the thing that we did together.
Yeah.
And it'll be the last thing you talk about before we jump onto mine.
Yeah.
Segue. Hashtag segue.
Hashtag segue.
So we did 12 Days of Christmas.
12 Days of Christmas.
As some of you guys will know, and the last one, we actually did it in the shack.
We did.
Believe it or not, we did it from the shack. I went to Dex and we made turkey tacos.
Pulled turkey tacos.
And they were banging, weren't they?
With loaded roasties.
Them roasties.
I mean, this pretty much I thought this made the dish. I really do think this made the dish. And so I brought Steve a present because he couldn't find it.
I couldn't get it. It's very healthy, and it's a collaboration with a sauce shop, which is a pretty well-known sauce company, and it's spiced cranberry hot honey. They had loads of the Brussels sprout one.
I've got one of the
Brussels sprout hot sauce. They had loads of that, but they didn't have any of this in two of my Aldis. I wasn't even aware it existed till I went to Dex. He said, "Oh, I picked some of this up," and it is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Obviously, it's a Christmas thing, so I don't know how long you're going to be able to still get hold of it.
They were selling it off for cheap after Christmas.
Yeah. It's not really hot. It's just like it's got a tang and sweet.
It's flavour, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. So check that out. But we used that. So what we made was, if you haven't seen the reel,
we used thighs, didn't we? We used a full leg.
Yeah,
we used a full
massive
leg, and we basically smoked five of them.
Yeah,
we smoked five. Four of them.
Four, I think.
Yeah, 2 whole legs.
Yeah.
2 whole legs, which comes in 4 pieces. So we smoked them.
Yeah.
Till about, I think we did 77 degrees. I think you did something like that.
Yeah.
Because it was thighs.
Yeah.
Drums almost.
Yeah, and then just wrapped them in foil and let them sit.
Wrapped them in foil with a bit of butter and that, and just let them sit.
Just let them sit, yeah.
And until they were ready for pulling, really.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, while we were waiting for them to pull, we did
the roast potatoes.
Sprout slaw as well.
Should we be totally honest? A lot of the stuff we kind of just did on the fly.
Yeah, I knew.
But like, what we did.
We knew what we were going to do. Well, I had no.
Well, originally, we were going to do like 3 meat sort of Christmas dinner. Well, we just ran out of time. Like, I don't know why I thought we'd have enough time to spend
all 3.
Spend like a whole day cooking in the shack.
So, yeah, we knew roughly we were going to do loaded roasties, but
yeah.
I didn't think we knew exactly what we were putting in them.
No.
But they were absolutely. They were like. I mean, I said that on Boxing Day. I made them again.
Yeah, I made them again.
They were just like, I was like, you've got to try these.
I had them with that steak. I made that steak. Didn't I?
Just some roasties, just some roast potatoes. So again, just peeled the potatoes, boiled them for 6 or 7 minutes, and then cooked them in beef fat in the Kamado Joe.
Yeah.
So when they were crisped up enough and pretty much red, nice and crispy and ready, we literally just loaded it with brie, pigs in blankets,
pigs in blankets, and it was all just cooking in that beef fat. It was unbelievable.
Brie, pigs in blankets, sliced sage.
Sage.
I chopped up a bit of sage.
There's a few other herbs in there, weren't there? I can't remember what it was.
We finished it with parsley.
Parsley, yeah.
What else? Brie, pigs in blankets. And then we had loads of them.
The hot sauce. Yeah, the hot sauce.
And then finished it with a little bit of parsley. They were just unbelievable.
Yeah, they were the highlight for me.
I couldn't believe it.
They were the highlight. They were banging.
Is there anything else that we're putting? I feel like we're missing a key ingredient.
I think we might have been missing something. I was just trying to think because I'd done it the day after. Throw some rosemary in there as well. Do you have any rosemary?
Don't think so.
Have a look. It's on the reel anyway.
It's on the reel.
It's on the reel.
They were absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they were banging. So good.
They were dead rich. I sat there, me and you just sat there literally scranning the whole pan. I don't even think I gave my kids some. You see, here you can one. I don't even think that's what one of them.
I think you went in to get like a bag for a bin or something like that. But I was like,
that's so good. They were so good, honestly.
They were like the perfect roasties, but then add in like the creamy like melted brie.
With the beef fat.
And then like the pigs in blankets.
And then this stuff. It was really good. It's really good. And then, I mean...
You just kept hitting different layers of fun.
No, it was unbelievable. And then we had the tacos to go with them.
Tacos are really good as well.
And we had the pulled, so we pulled it. We pulled the turkey. We had the Brussels sprout slaw.
Yeah.
We then...
That surprised me how nice that was.
Yeah, it was really...
What it is, so I had Brussels sprouts.
We had a little bit of mint in that.
Carrot, mint. Brussels sprouts,
mayo, Dijon,
mint, onion, obviously. Yeah, red onion.
Mayo, Dijon, a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah, it was
really good. And then we finished off with some of the spiced cranberry hot sauce, and then we drizzled over some gravy as well, some turkey gravy. And again, between that and the roasties, I actually could not believe how good it was.
I was like really good. Not just saying it, like it was really good. For me, it was the best tasting thing that I think I did 3 for that thing that you did 3. It was probably the best tasting thing that I'd tasted and
out as well.
Seen out as 4 days. It was just the way it landed. Like the last day, it was unbelievable. Try it. The sprout coleslaw was something else. I thought that was not.
Yeah, well, I'll be making something similar. I'm going to make a load of roasties more often.
Yeah,
maybe try it. Just tailor it to different things. You know, if you're going to do a certain cuisine.
Yeah.
Like maybe I want to do some like Caribbean, some
thought about
Jamaican
Caribbean
stuff. Yeah. I want to do some Jamaican stuff for this weekend. So maybe I could do like a Jamaican take on it.
Well, do you know what I think would be like really nice if you did the roasties the same way we did, like in the barbecue in the
pan,
in the kidney pan thing, and then made like a jerk gravy.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah.
Like you could spring. I don't know what kind of cheese would go with like sort of West Indian foods.
Maybe that pimento stuff.
Yeah, but like a jerk gravy would be banging.
You gotta have a bit of cheese in it, and you might have to put some peppers in, maybe some Scotch bonnet to it.
Peppers would be good.
Peppers, Scotch bonnet.
He just loves your Scotch.
I just don't want it to go too much like salt and pepper.
Yeah,
salt and pepper. Salt and pepper loaded roasties.
So yeah, so we made those tacos. That was one of the things we did. I think that was the first thing that I did post the last episode that we've done together. The next day, I done a nice big fat rump steak on the barbecue with mushrooms. The mushrooms got quite a bit of attention because I just dead easy. When you're frying off mushrooms in a pan, just put a load of Henderson's sauce in it.
Yeah.
It's just elevates them big time. Yeah, it's like Worcester sauce, but not as it's not as sharp. Do you know what I mean? It just adds a really nice sort of flavour. And then did them Christmas buds again. And Anna was like, "Oh my God, Stephen, those say I'm like, I know."
on Boxing,
you're telling me.
Boxing Day, everyone was just like, "He's loaded roasted." I'm like, "Don't even go there. Don't even go there."
We need to copyright them or something like that. Christmas Day dinner. I didn't cook Christmas Day dinner this year. Ate out. We went out. Do you know what? It was one of those things where, and I knew it was going to happen. It was okay. That was the extent. I had fillet steak for my Christmas dinner because I don't trust a restaurant to do me a nice turkey. I just don't. And my mother-in-law and my missus got the turkey, and it was basically turkey. It's like wrapped around stuffing with bacon on it. It was one of them. Do you know what I mean? It looked okay, but it looked quite dry.
The thing is, they would have just had a load of them made. And
yeah, they'd have been pre-cooked.
Just actually oven them.
Yeah.
Oven them for so long, or maybe even hold them.
Yeah, my missus said, she said it tasted good, but I had to get loads of gravy on it because it was dry. So it wasn't great, but next year, I always do a year on, year off cooking Christmas dinner, and this year was a year off.
I never do a year off. I just literally just...
Yeah. I don't know. I cook so much. It's nice. The rest of the day was great because there was no washing up. There was no prep.
I just don't find it difficult. So when you say like I just find Christmas dinner so easy or so effortless.
Yeah.
I'm not really that bothered. But again, I don't really go to town too much on sides.
Yeah.
I'll just do like some, like the veg. I might do some sprouts with bacon and some honey roast carrots and parsnips. And that's it really.
See, when I do it, I do like entrees, starter, mains, dessert.
I'm not doing that. I love cooking, but I won't be doing that.
I just think, so one day of the year when it's a good excuse to do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what Anna says. Like, so because I'm doing stuff like that, she's like, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, you're just cooking. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I know you like it. Yeah. She's like, well, Stephen, you've got kids. So I'm like, right, okay.
So I prep everything in advance. So I had Christmas Eve, I spend a couple of hours making sure everything's chopped up in bags in the fridge. I make sure
I think the spuds are better when you do that. Yeah, I think they're better when you do that.
So the spuds are parboiled in the fridge. You've got all your sprouts peeled and everything everything in bags ready to just literally just go in the oven.
Yeah.
But your Yorkshire pudding batter done. You've got your turkey sat there ready to go in. I do my ham. I do a ham, or I do a ginger beer ham every time, every Christmas. I do that the night before.
Yeah.
Again, ginger beer ham done in the fridge, and then to be honest, Christmas Day I even do my gravy. I do this get ahead gravy, which is a Jamie Oliver one, where you bash up all like chicken wings and stuff.
Yeah.
But again, so Christmas Day for me, I basically put the turkey on the barbecue and then just assemble. Really.
Yeah, everything's done.
I don't spend that much time, because you're almost freeing up the oven because you're doing the turkey on the Kamado Joe.
Yeah.
So an hour before it's done, it's like, right, turn the oven on, I'll bang the Yorkshires in.
Yeah.
And then once the Yorkshires are done, the turkey's coming off to rest, and then I've got 45 minutes, and literally 45 minutes to an hour, and all I'm doing is I'm warming up my gravy, I'm putting me roasties in, I'm putting me roasted veg in, I'm putting some veg on the steamer. I'm only literally assembling a plate then. It's not...
I think roasted, I say it to people every year, like, people message, I'm doing Christmas dinner this year, how do I get the best, how do I do this? And I say the same thing, it's a roast dinner. Yeah. It's a roast dinner with a few bells and whistles.
But I want to be honest, I want to go do a bit, I want to do less veg, but better. So I want to do this year, again, I did loads of steamed veg, and literally all I put on was the roasted stuff. And I thought, what was the point? Yeah. There was no point in me doing it. I shouldn't, instead of doing 4 different types of veg, I should have just done 2 good ones.
Yeah.
Which, again, and it was just easy. Just the roasting them was easier than actually just steaming them.
Yeah, roasting stuff's like, you just turn it every like 15 minutes.
What else do you do in between?
So it was my birthday on the 27th. Boxing Day, we just went to my mum's for Chinese. It's got Chinese takeout. Yeah, my mum's like too old to cook these days, so we just want to spend a bit of time there. But yeah, my birthday was the day after. And me and Anna had booked to go to Stowe, which we mentioned a couple of episodes ago, in Manchester, and it was
as good.
Phenomenal, mate.
Yeah,
phenomenal. What did we get? So we got steak, obviously, which is the main thing that we went in for. When they first opened, they were doing ex-dairy ribeyes, but have the massive, like the huge, and it's a fire cooked restaurant, so everything's cooked on a big Somerset grill. They've got a massive big thing, and we got chef's tables, sat right in front of them all, like chatting to the chefs, chatting to Jamie Pickles, who's the head chef, and the guy who does all the menu writing and menu development for Trough. He's involved in Trough as well in Manchester. So he was chatting to him, and I think he was quite surprised, because I said, Somerset Grill, I started to drop a few names, so didn't know who it was all, but you know what I mean? Didn't want to go, a bit of a big deal, I got a podcast and all.
Seen this podcast?
But we chatted to him, and they're like really good lads, and the main thing I wanted to go for was the steak, which when they first opened was a ribeye, but when we would do, because it changes depending on what they can get, we got sirloin.
Was it still ex-dairy?
Still ex-dairy, so I was like a little bit like, but mate,
were you happy with the flavour of the ex-dairy?
Yeah, it was mega.
Because so I had ex-dairy steaks, and I think the flavour of the ex-dairy steaks is really good. I'm not sure if it's sometimes due to the aging though as well. It might just be the aging as well as the ex-dairy, or it might just be more the aging. Yeah, because I also had a 6 kilo ex-dairy brisket.
Right.
And I cooked it as if, like a big full packer, I cooked it as if I'd cook any brisket. And I still found it was a little bit, it just wasn't as tender as other briskets I've had. That was my only hit.
Could that have been because it was British brisket though?
I don't know, I had loads of fat on anything. It was.
It's not the fat though, is it? It's the intermuscular fat.
It just wasn't. I just found, personally, it looked amazing, tasted amazing. However, I just found that it just wasn't as tender as I would have liked.
This was, see, my missus, and they don't even ask you how you get it, you're getting it rare. Getting it rare. Sirloin rare, because I said to him about, when I was chatting to the chefs, and he's saying like, that we serve it rare. The ribeye we serve medium rare.
It's got a bit more fat.
It's got more fat and they want to render it down. So my missus, she was like her eyes open, and I was like, just try it. I said, in worst case, I'll get a few slices for you. I'll get them to whack it back on the grill for you. She's like, right. She had it and she loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, I loved it. And she's not really into like rare steaks like I am. So that was quite surprising, but it just shows you how well he cooks it. So we got that. We got seasonal greens, which was great. Really into sort of my sides and the veggie options, which I'll come to in a bit. But it was citrusy. So it was cabbagey, and I think it had different types of green leaves, but they'd done it with like limes as well as salt. So it had this like, I had a taste. Yeah, I had a taste that you don't put with greens, if you know what I mean. So they were really nice. What else did we get? We got monkfish tail.
Yeah, you said that. Because when I talk about
blew me away, mate.
Monkfish, I always think back to one of the best stars I've ever had in my life, and it's that Chef Tom Bateman's.
Yeah.
I just think every time I think of monkfish, that's what I think of.
Well, this was so in my head, and I said to Anna when we were driving into Manchester, and I was like, it's sharing plates. I said, I know it's my birthday, but this is what I'm thinking to get. If you disagree and you want to try something else, it's fine. So she's like, no. So we were originally going to get steak, the chicken, the greens and the potatoes, and then get dessert. But when we got there, they were cooking a monkfish tail on the grill, and I said, it looks dead, because she really likes a fish. So I was like, I'm not really into fish. So I was like, what I thought, I can't be tight. She's obviously dropped a massive hint that she wants it. Said, that looks nice. So I said, right, okay, we'll drop the chicken. I said, if anything, it gives me an excuse to come back and try the chicken another time. So we got the fish, and it comes in like a beurre blanc sauce with trout roe caviar on it.
Oh, nice.
And dill, and it was just, it's like it was weird because obviously it tastes fishy, but it doesn't leave that fishy, oily feel in your mouth. Do you know what I mean? Like every other fish does.
I quite like fish. I just don't get to eat it often because my missus don't like fish. So
and having the char off the grill as well. Like I was chatting to him, and he was saying, we've tried other different types of fish, and there's a few fish that we are going to do, but
that's meaty.
The monkfish, it says it can just take it. It holds up to the heat and on the grill. So yeah, highly recommend getting that. That was mega. And then we got the potatoes, which again I had an eye on from the social media, which are basically just parboiled potatoes in the skins. Like, so they're not new potatoes.
And they're small ones?
No, they're like small new potatoes, but they were I think they're a French,
like a baby potato.
I can't remember what they were. They weren't that big. We slice them in half, and then I'm not lying, mate. It was like a full pack of butter in a pan. Melt it, throw them in, salt, pepper, garlic, and they're just like, they're saying what happens is because when they boil the potatoes before service, they don't let them steam dried, it gets rid of all the moisture. As soon as you put them in that butter, it sucks the butter back in.
Oh man.
And then they just grate a ton of cheese. Like, it's not Parmesan, it was an English cheese, but it's similar. It was a hard cheese, like loads of it just cased in the potatoes. One of the best things I've ever tasted in my life.
Really?
And it was just a basic potato.
You do that?
So I did it. So I did it a few days later. It's on here. It wasn't as good as theirs. It needs a few tweaks, but yeah. So went there, highly recommend it. You should go, mate. It's so good, like so good. Okay. It exceeded all expectation. So big shout out to Jamie. Also, probably worth mentioning, Jamie, the chef there, might be coming on the pod at some point. We need to try and tie it in and work out when we can get over and record an interview, and we'll have a chat with him. And it'll be interesting to get that point of view about fire cooking from a fine dining chef.
Fine dining and trying to get everything right. It'd be quite.
There was a lot of pressure, and I'm not lying when I say I was at the chef's table. It's not. Honestly, I was as far away from the chefs as I am from you now.
Yeah,
there was basically a bar between us.
I can imagine it being,
and it was hot.
Everything is being cooked on that.
Yeah, it was hot. I said to him, "Are you going to cope in the summer?" And they just like laughed. This was like 2 days after Christmas. It was boiling as soon as you walked in. So yeah, I went to store. That was amazing. The day after, we were having loads of picky dinners, bits, just getting rid of stuff in the fridge. So the day after, I had like glazed sausages in like honey and mustard, Christmas wings, which I did for the 12 days of Christmas. So redone them.
You didn't
No, I didn't do it down. But I had this pork pie that I picked up from Liam. pre-Christmas.
Yeah, seen that.
Which was really nice. Pre-made, didn't do no work.
My dad makes his own pork pies, you know. When he used to have his own shop, the pork pies that he used to make, they were massive. He used to get them like this, and he used to have some. He did some of them with stuffing, did some of them with black on it, and it was Amelia's, my daughter's christening. Yeah, and he actually made a mountain of pork pies, all with a name on it. Right. And actually done the letters on it. He done all of them. And it was like, I had people taking them home in the pockets and everything.
Well, there's a butcher's in Flixton near me, and they are famous for the pork pies. Like, people travel from all over to come and pick pork pies up. Whenever we have like family do's, if it's like, you know, just like buffet style like parties, we always get like a few of the pork pies.
John's you get
yeah, I was going to say, you know,
Butcher John's.
It's quite a high. I think, you know what I mean? Yeah,
really do. Yeah,
I'll have to try it. What I'll do is I'll get one from Flixton next time. Yeah. You get one of your dad's, and we'll do a live taste test.
We'll do a live taste, yeah.
Yeah, and see.
I quite like it with the
no pressure, Butcher John one.
I quite like it with the black pudding.
Yeah, I like black pudding. Yeah,
and the stuffing was quite
blood sausage. I love it. So loads of like bitty dinners, just getting rid of stuff. I did a chicken and carrot puree with cavolo and mushrooms, again with the stove style spuds.
I've tried this. It's cavolo here.
It's just kale. It's just black kale. They call it black kale. That's all it is. It's black kale. It's.
They always seem to use it on MasterChef.
It's big. Do you know why it is? It's because it's such a deep green colour. It looks good on the plate when you've got live things. That's what it is, yeah. But it's basically kale. It tastes exactly like kale, just a little bit more bitterness to it. I like it. I like it a lot. Made my own stock for New Year's Day, which was a long, drawn-out process.
Yeah, I'm sort of like not. I'm not really a fan, to be honest. I know that people say it's great and you can freeze it and all this, but I could just keep thinking the amount I'm spending on gas actually making it. I just keep thinking, surely it can't be worth doing this when I can buy like some jelly ones.
It's a different level, though. It is. Yeah, it's different. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them.
I don't know whether I need that extra layer. I don't know whether I'm being a home cook and barbecuer, whether I need that extra level.
Well, I did it for...
You did a special dinner?
For New Year's Day dinner. So I did it because like I did just like fancy gravy, bone marrow gravy, and I wanted to do everything from scratch, so I did it. So the day before, I got a load of bones and bits, braising steak, pig's trotter, 2 pork chops I had in the fridge, and I just chopped them all up, put them in the oven, browned everything off, browned off a load of veg, put it in a pan with a load of water, just let it tickle away. Just kept skimming it. Just the
thought of like the oven, the hob being on for like 7 hours.
It wasn't that long. I think it was about 4. You can go longer, and all it does is just intensifies all the flavour. But you will hit a point where you're not getting anything more from it. I did. It wasn't, you know, like you go in a restaurant, the massive big pots out, and they just keep topping it up, don't they? They just keep throwing bits in it. Yeah, I didn't do that. I just did enough. So I just wanted to make sure I had enough for New Year's Day. I actually had more left. So I did that. So New Year's Day, I did picanha.
Yeah.
So I did roast picanha on the barbecue. So good. Just cook that with some roasted shallots, greens. What they're doing with greens, they did greens in... so I blanched them, and then in a pan with butter and garlic, just tossed them through just to get them cooked. I did everything like you did on Christmas Day ahead of time. So I did my greens ahead of time. I did my carrots ahead of time. I did my sprouts ahead of time. Just put through the pancetta in at the end, then threw the cooked sprouts in. Browned everything off. Grated a little Parmesan cheese on it. Did it like a thingy style, so everything was out on the table with individual plates. People could just get what they wanted. Spuds, Yorkies, carrots, cauliflower cheese. Banging.
I didn't cook on New Year's Day because I was travelling down to Heathrow. But to be fair, I forgot to mention before, but I did cook on New Year's Eve because it was Rebecca's birthday. Yeah. And she said she wanted like Italian. Yeah. So I did a bit of a burrata starter, you know, just with chopped cherry tomatoes, basil, a little bit of oil on top, a little bit of balsamic. And then for the main, I found this recipe. I think it might have been on Recipe Tin. I quite like the website, actually.
I think I've seen it.
Recipe Tin, I think it is. And it had like, you know, like the big massive pasta shells that look like snails. I filled them.
Stuff them.
With spinach and ricotta.
Yeah.
And like a mixture of spinach and ricotta and bits of cheese and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I baked it in this tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it'll probably be, I know it was an internal cook, but it might be a staple in my house. It was a bit of faff, but it was, I had to pipe them in and everything.
Yeah, I've done
A bit of faff, but I thought it was pretty good. Like, and then, because Rebecca, again, she's not really a huge fan of birthday cake.
Yeah.
And I keep like looking at like birthday cakes now, like 15 quid for this rubbish thing. So I thought, I'll make one myself. I thought, I'll have a bit of this. There's a female, Tayaz. I thought, I'll make one myself. However, because she's not a huge fan of birthday cake, I thought, I'll make a cheesecake for her birthday. And I'll give her the candles on top of cheesecake. So I did a white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake.
I love like white chocolate cheesecake.
Really easy though, you know, as long, all you're doing is like assembling some ingredients. You're basically going to mix some batch digestives with butter, assemble some ingredients and put it on top. So once it was all done in the fridge and that for however 6 or 7 hours, I thought, I know what I'll do. I got some like raspberry sauce.
Yeah.
I'll write happy birthday on the cake. I'm gonna have to show you. I didn't even take a picture of it. I thought it's that bad. My food calligraphy skills. Mate, you want
Happy birthday.
No, mate, it wasn't even legible. I reckon it looked like my son wrote it. I think that's doing it a disservice.
Looks like you've had a nosebleed on it.
What is that?
Cheesecake looks good though, right?
So what I did was I just mixed it all in.
Yeah, I swear.
I had to swear. Well, I just had to go like that. I just thought, what am I going to do? And I mean, I think in the end it looked all right. In the end, it was okay. Like, I took a picture of it and put it on there. In the end, it was all right once it was off. Like, but yeah,
you can work miracles with photo editors.
Just in future for anyone who thinks like food calligraphy.
Was the cheesecake still hot when you did it?
No.
Oh, right, I was going to say that for it.
No, it was one of these like I bought one of them like ice cream.
Yeah, there's no bobbins then. No,
the end must have been too big, so I was like trying to do it, and I was just like trying to persevere. I think at first it looked alright, and then it just spread. It spread, and I was like, oh my god.
Yes, it does look good. It looks good. I like cheesecake. Cheesecake's probably my favourite dessert.
It was really good, mate. It was actually really good. I was really impressed with the flavour and how simple it was. So, yeah.
Oh, well, you just reminded me on desserts, because I never even said what we had for dessert at Stoke. So, I'm not really a dessert guy, but Anna is, and I loves desserts. And I was quite full because I'd nailed most of that steak.
Did you share one?
Hey?
Did you share one?
No, we got one each. We were going to share one, and they said, because it was my birthday, one of them we got in the house. So, what did Anna got? This chocolate crema with a plum gel.
Nice.
Like dark chocolate crema. It was really rich, like sort of really dark chocolate bitter taste. It really good, like really smooth on your mouth, in your mouth.
The sweetness of the plum.
So good. And then I got the smoked tart. I thought, I'm going to have to get it, because I'm like the barbecue guys, so I'm going to have to get it. It's a smoked tart, I'm going to have to get it. And they do, basically what they do is the filling, like the custard filling, before it's finished and ready to go into the tart, they smoke it for an hour in the green egg.
Really?
So they smoke it with, I think it was oak.
What, cold smoke or hot smoke?
Cold smoke. But honestly, mate, the taste blew my mind, in the sense that I thought, right, okay, here we go. As it comes down, it's black, it looks burnt, right? So put it in my mouth. I mean, the first thing, it was so sweet, but then really strong smoke. My brain was saying, I don't ever like this. And then after a few seconds, my brain's saying, it's flipping delicious. It's mega. And it was, I struggled to eat it all, but I did. But because it was so sweet, it was feeling like a bit much, but I nailed a lot. I couldn't stop eating it till it was gone. It was so good. So good.
I love the smoke flavour of oak anyway, so.
As a sweet though.
I've done bass burn cheesecake.
Have you? Mate, this was next level. Really good. But yeah, I forgot to mention that from Stoke. So we had that on New Year's Day, really good. The picanha was bob on. Got that from Liam.
I always like them picanha.
Yeah, it was so good.
So it's reasonably priced as well.
Yeah, really
big steak. Like 25.
It basically is just a massive steak.
25 quid. Yeah. But I mean, you can feed about 6 people.
There were 6 of us. So we had Anna's mum and dad, we had in-laws over. They were blown away by it. They loved it.
Yeah.
And they weren't stingy portions that I gave everyone. Because I only like thick. It was almost like having 2 steaks on your plate.
Did you nearly take your eyebrows off cooking it?
Yeah, I melted my Kamado on.
Every time.
Got a little melted on.
I do it. Is it a fat content on?
Yeah.
Every time.
So the thing is that it lulled me into this false sense of security because I'd cooked it, right? And then it was on like fat side up and the flames were just nice. And I just went like this. I thought,
did you tip it?
I'll be careful here because I know it's going to flare up. And I just got the tongs and I just flipped it. This one. I was like, whoa. I didn't come out going, you're all right. I was like, yeah.
I do that every time.
No, I got it off. I put it on I had like a tray thing, put it on and when I went to pull the handle down, all the handle was all soft. Big tomato, so I'm going to get a new handle.
Every time I keep thinking, every time I do it and I do like the final sear on it, I just think, every time I get it nice and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've burned it, but I sort of save it and I'm like, I'm trying to fight every time. I'm trying to fight saving it off the flames because the flames are...
Well, I was using like my long tongs as well, but even with my long tongs, it was like the hell had come up out of my Kamado and was cooking my dinner. But yeah, it was mega, so good. Highly recommend doing. So yeah, picanha done as just a roast meat is unbelievable. Try it. I also did the Mexican sausage. Well, it was a Mexican bean stew.
Yeah.
But I smoked some sausages and then sliced them up into like discs and put that in. So it was like all different beans. It was on the last episode that I did solo. I went through the recipe on how I did it. Again, it was one of those that I didn't expect much from it. I just thought it was just a bean stew. But
I've got some
so good.
I've got some of this. What's this? What's that sausage guy on Insta? Sausage. Yeah, so it's sausage with a J in it. Sausage with a J in it.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some of them in the fridge.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're a Brazilian beef sausage.
That'd be good.
I bet I'll be good with it.
Yeah, beef sausage I think beef sausage would be better.
Because it's Brazilian as well. That sounded like quite is it Mexican, is it?
Yeah, it's Mexican. It was like a Mexican style, yeah. So the sausages I used,
American.
The sausages I used, I think they just had, it was just like a spicy sausage. I put like chilies in it.
Oh, well with that.
It was mega, mate. I just had it with rice. I got some white flour tortillas from the supermarket, cut them in like pizza, deep fried those, and you just like scooping it. Next level, try it out. And then I went for a bit of a fishy stage because that's so much meat. So I did like a cod with rice and a katsu. I didn't do katsu curry. I did it as like a sauce or thin.
I find katsu quite sweet. Like that type of curry sauce.
Yeah.
It's quite sweet.
It was really nice.
It's curry sauce basically.
Yeah. That was dead nice. And then we had that twice because I tried something slightly different the next time because I got better quality cod. Because the first time I did it was just supermarket cod, and the second time I did it I got cod from the fishmongers because I just drove past it and thought, I'll get some proper cod with the skin on and get a crispy skin and all that, and that was really, really good. I did some chicken tacos. Probably the highlight after my New Year's Day dinner for a while we've been in between last pod and this one was the lamb wrap that I did. So I picked a lamb wrap up from Liam when I got my picanha with every intention of doing it Christmas week, but ran out of time. Just didn't have time to do it, so I froze it and then I defrosted it. And we had that, and it was so good, man, so good. I can't wait to do it again. Really good. And I used the rest of the beef stock to do the gravy. But I did the gravy with like a load of like red currant and cranberry sauce in it, so it was like a sweet jus.
Nice.
Like really thin.
I need to get better on my sauce making. I'm not very good.
I just kept reducing it and tasting and seasoning.
Yeah, I've tried to do a few like red wine jus.
Yeah.
And they were all right, but I just not good enough, I don't think. Again, I can be quite critical of myself.
As soon as you put alcohol in it, you need to flambe it, you need to burn off the alcohol, otherwise it's bitter.
How would you flambe with something with red wine then?
It'll light, yeah.
What?
Yeah, it'll light.
Really?
If it's got enough alcohol in it, it'll light, yeah. Will light. But that was it. There's loads of other like little bits and bobs that I had a burger night as well. There was stuff that I didn't take pictures of or document just because
a few internals.
Sometimes you're taking pictures of your food all the time. Sometimes you just want to make something, sit down and eat it. But yeah,
most of my food is just my tea. That's why I've always said that. I just literally cook. I just take pictures and videos of me too.
Yeah. But that was it really. That was everything that I've been up to and cooked, and then it's just like that dawn realization when you go back to work. Absolutely knackered. So that's what we've been up to. I think we actually, that's probably the longest what we've been up to and what we cooked.
It's because of the time.
Yeah, there's a big gap. There's a big gap since I last seen Deck, and I didn't really go over it in the last pod. So I hope you're still with us and not bored you to death.
Have a talk about our
so
at the moment.
Not necessarily our favourite, but the three people I think that are piquing our interest currently, and it does change. It changes for me sometimes daily, never mind weekly. But
I'll go first.
Do you want to go first?
No, I'll let you go first.
Stop kidding. So I have made notes. I try to be a bit more prepared.
I haven't made notes on my people, but I'm going to actually go on their Instagrams while I'm saying it.
So the first person that I would suggest anyone who, if they haven't already, goes out, follows on Instagram, and does all that, finds them on Facebook and stalks them a bit. Just check out what they're doing, because for me, you always rib me a little bit about it, the fine dining stuff. I like to sort of, I love doing burgers and I love doing briskets and I love doing pulled pork. Love it. But I don't know. I like to push myself a little bit now and again, and I think because I've had a dipped a toe in that sort of world a little bit, and it kind of opened my eyes as to what you can do with not what you think is going to be a lot of effort and actually isn't.
Yeah.
The fine dining side of it, I think, interests me a lot, and I'm going to really explore it more.
Yeah, it's because you've been and done a bit of that. I just can't be arsed plating up making it look on. I try to make it look nice and that. Not that I don't make it look like I want it to look nice. I just, to be honest, I make it look all right, and that's about it. Yeah. I can't be bothered.
I get quite a bit of enjoyment out of it. That's why I do it. So, and I'm kind of probably the first two people definitely that I mentioned, and the three people I'm going to mention tonight, inspire me in that way. James Peck. I only sort of
have a look.
Find out who James Peck was probably 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago at a push. Didn't know this guy existed.
So I don't actually follow James Peck, so I'm gonna follow him again. When you say these, I'm gonna have a look at him on
Yeah, give him a follow. And he is the head chef and owner of Ember restaurant in Wellingborough.
Okay.
And he always does. He also does, as far as I can make out, I don't know whether it's a regular guest spot or he just does the odd guest spot here and there at Four Pairs, which is another well-renowned eatery in and around that area. His restaurant is Live Fire Restaurant, which is what caught my attention in the first place when I seen some of the things that were popping up on Instagram. And it was actually, I'll find it, if I'm not mistaken, it was a guy who was interviewing him and gave him a recipe from the 1950s or 60s and asked him to recreate it with a modern twist, and he cooked it in his restaurant. And I think that's how I first heard of him, and then I obviously researched him, followed him, seen what he does. He's also, weirdly enough, how things turn out, one of the hosts of the new podcast, Block Stock Three Smoking Bros.
Have you seen that?
So check that out. They've released their first episode, which was really good. They've got their second episode coming up. I think they're recording it this week, so probably might see it or hear it next week.
You've got that guy from MasterChef.
The lad who won the last MasterChef on. Yeah. So he's a host on there as well, which is really, really good. He's also a teacher, so he does classes. And it's called How to Barbecue Like a Chef. So if you Google that, if you're interested, I think I'm gonna try and go on one of his classes, because that would be kind of,
because it's like barbecue but fine dining.
Yeah, it's kind of it's my vibe. It's my vibe.
Mine, to be fair.
So yeah, I'm gonna see, because it's not too far. It's between.
How's it? Well,
it's about halfway between here and London, ish.
Hampton.
Yeah, so it's sort of just the other side of Birmingham, just past, ish.
2 hours.
Yeah. So it's barbecue, fine dining twist, using loads of modern techniques. There's loads of stuff that he does that I probably wouldn't recreate at home, but then in the same breath, there's loads of stuff that he does that I would try at home, like using purees and gels and things like that. Gels is something I really want to get into. I just want to play around with stuff and see what I can do with it. It's not something I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it every day and stuff, but I do want to create dishes that's got it. And yeah, we've had a few messages back and forth, you know, post on there of again, there's another guy who's quite interested in possibly being a guest on the podcast in the future. So go and check out his socials. They're really, really good. Go and check out his socials. Some of the plates that he puts out look spectacular. And again, it's all live fire cooking, and he cooks on the he's an ambassador for Block, but I'm also what are the the big multicoloured ovens, smoker ovens called?
Oh, Charlie Charcoal.
Charlie Charcoal, yeah.
Nice.
I think he's an ambassador for them, so he's got them at his restaurant, and he does stuff on there.
Very nice.
So go and check that out, yeah. James Peck, everyone. Number 2, probably isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea because it's a barbecue podcast, and this guy,
who's this one,
is a veggie chef. So he's plant-based chef, but don't knock it till you have a look at what he does. Daniel Watkins. His name on Instagram is Chef Daniel Watkins. Go and check it out. He's also on Facebook. And he's another guy who is a chef. And I'm not sure if he's a co-owner, but I know he's definitely something to do, not just the chef, at the restaurant called Holy Carrot, which is a 100% plant-based restaurant in London.
Got some serious followers.
He has, but he does a lot of stuff.
It's amazing.
It does, doesn't it? That's what I'm saying.
Just on that first bit there.
Some of the stuff you're looking at, you're thinking, is that not meat?
I'm just looking at that, like even just like the first one was a dessert, tonka bean poached pear.
Yeah, he does what's the breads that he does? Some of the breads he does look phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely looks. To be honest, this will inspire me a bit because I want to do more veggie stuff.
That's the reason why I started to like look into him. But he also does a lot of stuff at like the higher end open fire and barbecue events, you know, like demos and things like that with other fire chefs.
It's a coral tooth.
It's a mushroom, isn't it?
Tandoori spiced coral tooth.
Yeah, it's a mushroom, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
but if you look at his stuff, it is like the epitome of like just keeping it simple. I mean, but look at it though.
That looks like fish.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And it's grilled milk.
There's, you know, like you say fine hands people, and they just got this image of like tweezers and bits and bobs. But his stuff is, it just, I think it just looks like good food. Done really simple. It looks amazing.
It looks brilliant to be fair.
Yeah. And I've done it before, and you must have done it yourself. Especially, it opened my eyes the first time that I did.
Glazed crispy mushroom lead.
Yeah. You know, like can you remember the first time you did like a hispy cabbage on the barbecue? I know. That's what I was saying. It looks like meat.
It looks so good.
But if you add smoke and char to vegetables, it just turns that vegetable into a totally new flavour. Things that you've not experienced before. Just, you know, like when you've grown up just having like boiled carrots and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're glazing them in like honey and chili.
I just think with a lot of fine dining and stuff like that, and a lot of really good chefs, the way I don't know how they do it, to be honest. The way they make the flavour more intense, I don't really know how they do it.
Well, he does a lot of like fermenting as well on his own pickling.
When they do like make it like, even just a carrot, but like it's the most carrotiest carrot.
Yeah.
For your life.
Yeah.
What's he done to it?
Marinated in carrot juice for 6 days.
You make something that tastes more like it.
But honestly, Chef Daniel Watkins, check out his stuff. It looks phenomenal.
Who's your last one then?
And he will up you get your side and your veg game. So on the last one, probably more of a well-known name. And again, these change weekly. It depends who sort of inspires me at any given time. And this lady has been probably in my top 5 list before and dropped in and out because she's very well known. She's on all like the stages at the fire shows and barbecue shows and festivals. She's been on TV, and it's Melissa Thompson. She's quite well known for doing.
She does Meatopia pretty much every year. I've purposely ate from her stall two or three times at Meatopia, and I got chatting to her at Meatopia one year.
Yeah. She does think I think she comes across really relatable, like someone that you could just bump into the street and have a chat with.
I just like some of the recipes and that because they're just simple recipes as well.
Yeah, I like the way she talks about food as well. I mean, but she came from a journalist background, so she was I think she was a journalist, not even a food writer. She went journalist, food writer, to like content creator, chef. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong with that.
That's what we had at Utopia. It was jerk pork belly.
Yeah,
because it's inspired me to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, she does a lot of like your traditional stuff. So she'll do things like a roast dinner, but with a Jamaican or West Indian twist. Or she'll do like the really traditional stuff. But the things that I like is the stuff that she does, like is like the lesser known cuisines that she does, and she does different plays on things. So she just posted something fairly recently, which was like a stout ice cream.
I've just seen stout ice cream.
Yeah, and I was hoping I was going to get an ice cream maker for Christmas. I want the Ninja ice cream maker. I dropped enough hints, but obviously I didn't drop enough because I didn't get one. But I am going to get one. And she did like a stout ice cream, but definitely follow her if you're not doing it already, because it is one of those accounts where, you know, you'll be flicking through and you'll just go, oh, that looks cool. Oh, that looks really good. She consistently puts out good stuff and just comes up with new. The amount of, like, she's been around for a while, and you'll know yourself sometimes it's hard to come up with new stuff. You end up just sort of regurgitating and doing the same thing. Like, she just constantly coming up with stuff.
Different cuisines. When I'm running out of ideas, I'll try and explore different cuisines.
Yeah. But Melissa Thompson, check her out. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. She's an author, books. Yeah, check her out. That's my 3.
My top 3.
What's your top 3 this week?
So, Charlie Boy Barbecue.
Yep. This is Charlie Boy we met at Sizzle Fest.
I just think week on week, some of the content that he's knocking out week on week, I watch it and then I'm doing that.
Do you know what I like about his content that he puts on Instagram?
Go on.
When he has a messy face, it makes me want to eat what he's eating.
Just
makes me want a messy face.
I mean, this is the last. I'm just meaning the last few episodes, the last few bits that he posted. He posted one 45 minutes ago. Thai style, coconut and lime chicken wings.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely outrageous.
Yeah.
Cherry smoked bone-in ribeye.
Yeah.
Again, he done a cod loin burger the other day with basted in harissa butter, crispy bacon, charred pepper salsa, and harissa tartar sauce.
I mean, where does it come up with them ideas? That's the thing.
Everything. I don't know if he's been doing this for a while, but everything recently I keep seeing it just looks.
Yeah,
I think so good.
I think I've noticed his stuff a lot more recently, and I don't know if that's because obviously I met him at Sizzle Fest, or he has just like upped his game.
I just think some of the stuff, cheese stuff, smoked glazed Indian meatballs, finished with Indian chili crisp, curry leaves, crispy garlic, all sat in a targadel.
Yeah, he's
how'd you come up with that?
He's filming, and the way he puts his recipes are really good as well.
Yeah, I really been really liking it recently. Again, Highland wings, whiskey cream, and a haggis and bacon crumb.
I like his ideas. We'll have to have a chat with him, find out, see where he comes up with his ideas from.
Unbelievable. The ideas that I see coming out of his Instagram account at the moment, it is inspiring me at the moment.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, isn't it? Like, there's so many accounts. Ours being, throwing ours in the mix with this. Yeah. So many accounts that like just do like the same stuff over and over and over again. When you've got someone who's doing different stuff, I think it helps your brain sort of think, right, like you say, I want to do something. I want to do this. I want to do it.
Apple smoked box says slices with spicy salsa matcha.
Yeah.
What is that?
Is that pork?
Well, yeah, it looks like a cured pork.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Anyway, so I mean that's one of mine at the moment.
So what's his actual handle on Insta?
Charlie_barbecue.
Charlie Boy Barbecue. I'll put all the links to my 3 and Dex 3 in the show notes as well.
So my next one is Keith Cooks.
Keith Cooks.
So I met Keith. He is a Kamado Joe, fellow Kamado Joe ambassador, and I met him. They were doing a demo, Kamado Joe demo, so I met him in Knutsford, I think it was, a Kamado Joe demo.
Yeah.
But what I really like about what Keith's doing, he seems to take a lot of game.
Right.
Like I have never cooked or eaten any game, and every time I see him doing these videos with game and the way that he does it, it just makes me want to try.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm genuinely being influenced, because I would never think, I want a partridge breast or something like that. And then the way that he cooks it and the way that the stuff that he does with it, it just makes me want to cook that type of food, even though I haven't really ever cooked that type of food.
Yeah. So I've not really had a lot of game.
I like that.
Pheasant I've had rabbit once.
I've just got just a few here. Bang pheasant. Just again, bang pheasant. Just some of the stuff that he cooks, and I'm quite interested, to be honest. I really am quite interested. I'm just trying to have a look. You know, he does a lot of fish as well, being up in Scotland.
Yeah.
Clams, mussels, smoked oxtail and Guinness stew. Just, yeah, as I said, just a lot of it for me. Just, yeah, it's just inspiration. Yeah. And then the last one really is Genevieve Taylor, but yeah,
I think Genevieve's a given, as in she's. If you're not following Genevieve, you need to be following.
Yeah, I love the books that she does. Again, they're my absolute go-to barbecue books. Yeah. Every time I'm going to cook something, I just think the recipes that she puts in them is brilliant. And again, really probably because it's at the real forefront of my mind because of you tagged me in something the other day. She's done a Scotch bonnet barbecue sauce, which I'm going to have to make this weekend. I've got some real thick ribs, some real meaty ribs where I think I'm going to try and do them like a Jamaican style. I'm going to try and do a Jamaican rub and then use this Scotch bonnet barbecue sauce that the same recipe, just copy her recipe, give it a go and maybe glaze it with that. I think it'd go really well. Yeah. But yeah, I picked Genevieve because she is the most that I would use her recipes the most.
Yes.
That's what I would feel. In barbecue, if there was anyone's recipes I would use the most, it's hers.
I'm especially the veggie stuff. I've done a lot of the veggie stuff.
Hers and Marcus's probably.
Yeah. I come across Genevieve when I first started to look into charcoal and why to use better charcoal.
Well, they were at Meatopia, so she's there at Meatopia each year with Whitlam Flame. Yeah, and they did a demo, and I tell you what, it was really interesting actually. You know, talking about how what they do, and it's not necessarily a good thing just letting the forest like grow really high and stuff. They let it go to a certain point, and then they coppice it down, and then they take the wood away to make charcoal, and then it's just an ongoing cycle.
Yeah. Well, she's another one of them who comes across really well on camera. Yeah. Like when she's. A lot of her videos are not just like recipes; they're quite educational. So even in the recipe videos, there'll be little nuggets that she'll just drop in about your charcoal or about your heat and temp control, or your meat and when you should marinate your meat, when you shouldn't marinate your meat, and stuff like that. So Genevieve is definitely one that if you're not following, I mean, I can't think or understand why anyone wouldn't be following Genevieve in the UK if they're a UK barbecue, because she's one of the big names.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's it. So there's six there for you. I'm sure there'll be at least 3 or 4 of them that you're not following now that you should be following.
Yeah, definitely.
And also give them a tag and let them know that we give them a shout out on the pod when you follow them. But yeah, I think that's the end, mate. That's the end of our next topic.
I think we've got everything we wanted.
We're hitting 2025 with a bang.
Back with a bang, yeah.
We will let you know. The next episode will be when this drops will be in 2 weeks. We're going to be back to the normal layout.
Cooking loads of stuff in between. I know I will, because I can't help myself.
And we're going to have, we have got so many, it's more on me now, a bit of admin. We need to get together outside of recording the pod and start ringing people and getting booked in to go and visit them and record some interviews and stuff, which is going to be really cool. I think that's the benefits of having the setup that we have. It's a bit of a fast setting up, but I can just take it anywhere and interview people. So yeah, if you've messaged us or I've messaged you, we will be in touch very, very soon. And again, if being on the pod is something you think you might have, you've got a story to tell that you think people might be interested in, or you want to promote an event or a pop-up or a business that's related to food, fire, smoke,
give us a shout.
Give us a shout, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Anything else to add, Dave?
No. Bye for now.
I think that's it. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care.